Fighting out of the blue corner with a record of 6 wins, 2 defeats, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 144 1/2 pounds, fighting out of Spokane, Washington, representing Revolution MMA, please welcome Daeri Alderman. And now to introduce the reigning, defending, front street fight champion with a record of 9 wins, 6 defeats, standing at 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 144.5 pounds. Fighting out of Boise, Idaho, representing SBG Idaho, please welcome your champion, Andrew Hurricane Cruz.
Okay, guys, I want you to follow my instruction at all times and defend yourself at all times. Let's keep it exciting. Go ahead and touch them up.
This is what the fans here at Idaho Central Arena came to see tonight. It is title fight time. Andrew Hurricane Cruz wants to leave with the title. Daeri Alderman wants to take the title. Who gets it? We are finding out right now. Round 1 is underway.
Ooh. Good kick to start off the fight.
Alderman, of course, in the red, white, and blue trunks. Andrew Hurricane Cruz in the black trunks. A little red, white, and blue on there as well.
Oh. Beautiful entrance on that shot.
Alderman looking to back Hurricane Cruz up to the cage. Slow and steady is 2 words that I would use to describe, or I'm going to change that, really focused. Andrew Cruz is always really focused. You know, he's probably a really good poker player because there's not a lot of things you see change in his facial expression throughout the course of a fight.
Staying very tight. He's hip to hip, he's shoulder to shoulder. He's staying on top of him right now. He's working on the hand fight, but he's in good position to put a lot of pressure on Daeri.
Something I hear from a lot of fighters that have fought Cruz is his pressure. They always talk about his pressure and how it's hard to just work through it.
Cruz trying to sneak in a couple lefts and rights there. And again, the unrelenting pressure, as Shino mentioned, from Hurricane Cruz, keeping Alderman backed up against the cage, slowing it down, but still both men working right now, trying to figure out what advantage the other one might have. Alderman trying to roll through. Cruz just does not give him an inch and stays right on top of him.
Absolutely, he is right on top of him. He's in that half guard. That half guard's opening. He's keeping the pressure on and he's throwing the strikes. He might just be comfortable here, posturing up and raining down.
Good head position for Cruz. Trying to find his opening so he can pour down some punches.
2 minutes gone by in round number 1 of our featherweight title fight tonight. And again, one of the things that changes in a title fight, it's 5-minute rounds, but it goes up to 5 rounds.
This pressure and just trying to get up while we're dealing with those punches is exhausting.
Cruz trying to find a way in with the fist, a few hammer fists from the right side. Alderman doing a good job rolling through, trying to get away. But again, that unrelenting pressure from Andrew Cruz just staying right on top of Daeri Alderman. When you're pinched up against a cage like this as Alderman is, what are you trying to do? How are you trying to figure out a way out of this right now?
You know, I mean, he's got the right idea to keep moving, but really just trying to get your cage, I've said it before, getting your back to the cage is kind of your best option. Use it to your advantage. He did a great scramble here. Now he's got to stand up, back to the cage, try and get on a hand.
For the last 2+ minutes, Andrew Cruz has had Daeri Alderman just backed up against the cage, the pressure on the cage, sneaking in a few hammer fists.
And just the variety from Cruz. He goes to the head, he's keeping things down, he's dragging down, he's pushing, he's pinning the hips, then he'll pin the shoulders. He'll pin the hips, he'll pin the shoulders.
Again, there come the hammer fist. Few to the back side of Daeri Alderman.
Cruz just has great cage control.
90 seconds left in round number 1 between Andrew Hurricane Cruz and Daeri Alderman for the Front Street Fights featherweight title.
Alderman needs to work those hands and try and get an elbow on the inside to get an underhook. If he can scoop an arm under, he could look to turn back in.
Few knees from Andrew Cruz trying to throw him down to the ground. Alderman looked like he was about to get away, but Cruz, that unrelenting pressure just throws him right back in the cage. And right where we've been for about the last 3 minutes.
Pins him right back down, gets right on top of him on the corner. Again, staying heavy on the hips. Got an answer for when he comes up. He's staying heavy over those shoulders. Daeri's looking to post on that and come up. He does. He's going to have to turn hard into him and face him. But Cruz is just locking those hips down to keep him from turning.
We talk about the focus from Andrew Cruz, but the focus is also there from Daeri Anderson, as his face has been right in front of us for about the last minute and a half. Doesn't seem panicked, seems very calm. Granted, he's eating a lot right now. The pressure's been on him for the better part of 4.5 minutes, but still trying to figure this out. Does not look panicked at all as Andrew Cruz, that unrelenting pressure.
Something that Andrew is doing really well is he's using Alderman's weight against him.
Trying to lock in a submission hold in the last 10 seconds. Again, no panic on the face of Daeri Alderman. As we reach the end of round number 1 of tonight's title fight here at Front Street Fights 33. And really, Cameron, I think the story of that first round, the unrelenting pressure of Andrew Cruz.
Absolutely. I mean, Andrew was doing everything he could to push Daeri through the cage and onto our table.
And you can see it here as we go to the Project Filter replay brought to you by Project Filter. You decide when, we'll show you how. Again, Alderman pushing Andrew Cruz up against the cage a little bit, but we saw that only for a minute, and then here Andrew Cruz, that unrelenting pressure, just staying on top of him, not giving him an inch, sneaking in the punches when he can. If you're Alderman, Shino, going into this second round, what's your mindset? How do you capitalize on this? How do you turn this around?
I mean, I would think that I would have to do something different. Obviously, that isn't working. The ground isn't working, so I'd maybe try striking with him. Change it up, switch it up.
You have to fight for your right to party, as the Beastie Boys said. These two gentlemen are fighting for their right to be called champion of the featherweight division here at Front Street Fights 33. Again, Andrew Cruz going back to what he knows best. Getting in there, getting the legs, getting him to the ground.
Didn't even give Alderman a chance to strike, really.
Excellent setup. That combination to set up the takedown was beautiful. That's exactly the way to set up a takedown.
We've talked about the unrelenting pressure of Andrew Cruz, but if you're Daeri Alderman, Cameron, what are you seeing from him, again, in just this first 35 seconds of round number 2, but for the majority of round number 1? Not panicked, very calm, staying focused.
He knows he hasn't taken a ton of damage, which is what he's relying on for that composure. He also hasn't gassed himself out in any sort of defense, and he's looking to rely on that and not to make a pun out of Hurricane Andrew, but weather the storm.
Puns are gladly accepted here.
Andrew should yank that arm up now that he has the hand free.
He needs to reestablish that wrist control. He's a little high on the elbow for that Kimura, but he's in great position otherwise.
Raining down some shots to the left shoulder of Alderman, trying to loosen it up, maybe locking that Kimura. Cruz doing a really good job. And you talk about cage advantage and cage control, but when you can have this type of advantage, slow a person down to almost a stalling pace right in front of your corner, how advantageous is that, Shino?
Oh, it's exactly almost like the perfect fight, right?
Perfect storm?
Yeah, exactly. This is exactly how I would want my fights to go. He can listen to his corner. He's in a great position where he can be calm, take his time, and just slowly work.
Alderman doing all he can to use every advantage he can find against the cage. Almost looks like he's going to lift Cruz up. And for the moment is switch positions the best he has.
He almost had a crucifix there. It was like a inverted.
And for the first time, it appears Alderman really has to control against the cage. How long will this last?
He's going for that takedown, but he didn't get his hips under him. He's still not having his hips underneath him. He needs to get under and drive.
And that's why Cruz was able to get that guillotine right here. His head was too low. And see how Alderman's hips are out? Like Cam was saying, he needs to bring his hips under him and drive up.
Cruz in perfect position for a guillotine. Can he get the spacing to lock it in?
Great legs.
Beautiful
great defense.
switch.
Yep.
Excellent switch. That was beautiful wrestling.
Beautiful, yep.
Cruz sneaking in a few right hands there. 3 minutes gone by in round number 2 of potentially 5 in tonight's featherweight title fight at Front Street Fights 33.
The thing about Cruz, too, is we never see him get tired in any of his fights. So I think this is going to be the pace the entire time.
Alderman getting in right there again. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it in this fight. I don't know if anybody in the control room's tracking it down, but the unrelenting pressure of Andrew Cruz. The story of this fight is he kicks out the legs of Alderman there. And again, just keeps it up, not giving Alderman an inch in this fight.
Alderman just not knowing what to do.
And again, as much as Cruz is having his way of speaking against Alderman, Alderman again still not panicked, still showing composure, still showing focus, still trying to figure out what he can do. And now we talked about the corner advantage earlier with Andrew being in his corner. Now Alderman is in his corner. What kind of advice can he get right now?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's almost an advantage listening to the opposite corner and just hearing what they're looking for.
Ooh, Cruz connects with the knee.
Oh, good. Underhooked that leg on the way down.
25 seconds left in round number 2 between Andrew Hurricane Cruz and Daeri Alderman. Alderman trying to figure out what he can do with Andrew.
And Andrew's looking for that elbow inside to turn and face him. There we go.
Beautiful.
Cruz
that
looking
return.
for one final takedown
Suplex.
to end round number 2. Gets a couple of hammer fists in there.
Yep. That's how you get on the highlight reels.
As we go to the Project Filter replay brought to you by Project Filter, you decide when. We'll show you how. Visit projectfilter.org. Much like round number 2, Cameron, same story in round number 2.
Yeah, it's almost identical. I mean, it's like watching the same round over again. Even the same grappling exchanges and the work for that Kimura. We'll see if round 3 changes at all. I do notice these guys both slowing down a little bit. They've kept a tremendous pace. We'll see if Andrew looks to use his striking to set up the takedown and go right back to the ground to just continue to smother Daeri.
Now, we've seen, again, Andrew getting Daeri down to the ground throughout the first 2 rounds. Once he gets him down on the ground, Alderman has done a great job of, again, to use Cameron's pun, withstanding the storm. How does Andrew have to switch that up?
Finding his openings is hard, right? Like, he has to find those openings and just really, settle in the positions and really find those
Alderman
moments.
connecting with a couple of rights to Andrew. Both fighters wanting to say stand up and fight right now. Alderman coming in with the knee, doesn't connect. Gets Cruz with the right, backs him up into the cage.
I've never seen that before.
Comes through with the right elbow. Both gentlemen going with the straight lefts and rights.
Daeri's a little bit more comfortable. He's got some space to work. He can throw some hands.
And I think that's exactly what he should do. Use his range a little bit. Ooh, good kick from Cruz.
Cruz trying to loosen up the base of Alderman. Chino is at this point Cruz kind of beat me to the punch. Is it Alderman's thing to stay on your feet and avoid exactly what is happening right now?
Yeah, I mean, ideally that would be great, but Cruz he gets into those entrances so well and fast too. It's hard to see him coming.
Cruz's opportunities on the ground here are to take away more space. He's close, but he needs to do what he was doing at the beginning of the first round. Stay very, very tight with the hips, stay tight with the chest, stay up high like he's doing. The more of those micro movements where he can take away that space, the better.
What Alderman's doing really well is he's taking away certain things that Cruz needs to finish it, and those are the tiny differences that ultimately get people give people the submission or keep people from getting submitted. Oh,
Alderman is taking advantage of the small space that Andrew's giving him. This is a good grappling exchange. He's getting his hips underneath him and then his feet. He's looking to posture up, and he's looking to turn in, and he's doing it slowly, but he's making progress.
We've seen several different styles of ground fights tonight. This is another very good, don't know if I want to use the word scientific, but they both have a very similar style, and they're both playing to it very well.
Absolutely. It's a great battle back and forth.
I'm surprised that Alderman's trying to fight that takedown right here. Oh, I guess he has his arm taken. Oh!
Alderman trying to throw a heel kick or some sort of kick.
Respect.
Respect for sure. Again, Cruz not even flinching at that one. And I think what's been so fascinating in this fight, as much as we've seen Cruz, I'll give you a new pun, in Cruz control, staying in his game plan where he likes to be, you know, kudos goes to Alderman because, again, he's not flinching, he's not panicked, he's not tired. He is still very much right in this fight, maybe not by points, as Cruz tries to lock in the crucifix, gets in a couple of the punches there.
Yeah, I'm so shocked that he went for that takedown. I would have expected him to kind of release and start striking again. Sometimes the threat of a takedown, though, can really, like, stop people from striking.
3 minutes gone by and some change here in our third round. And again, title fights go up to 5 rounds, so we potentially have 2 more rounds to go. And from a grappling standpoint and kind of mentality standpoint, has been a very, very entertaining fight so far.
Absolutely. It's been quite a match, especially in these grappling exchanges. It's just call, response, action, reaction, the constant battle back and forth.
Cruz getting a couple punches into the midsection there with the blocker up is Daeri for that knee from Cruz. Gets an elbow to Cruz.
Kick.
And we're back up, standing with 1:05 left to go in round number 3.
This is good for Alderman. He needs to use his range. And he needs to keep his back away from the cage.
Glancing bow with the left to the chin of Cruz from Alderman. Again, checking the reach, checking the distance, trying to get a good strike in there, throwing a knee. Both men just intently focused right now, trying to figure each other out. Good leg kick from Cruz, loosening up the base of Alderman. Follows that up again, gets a straight left in there.
Oh, those calf kicks they will add up too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cruz getting back control, and here we are again. Cruz right where he wants Alderman, close to the cage, right in front of his corner, taking all control of this one.
He's using that drag so well to just get him to the ground, and now he's on top. He's in that mount control. Doesn't have much time to work.
He seems to find these positions always at the last minute or the last seconds.
Cruz working the arm there. Maybe a kind of more in the final 5-6 seconds there of round number 3 of our featherweight title fight tonight between Andrew Cruz and Daeri Alderman as we get ready for the Project Filter replay. Brought to you by Project Filter. You decide when. We'll show you how. Visit projectfilter.org. Rounds 1 and 2, much the same. Round 3, slightly different, Cameron.
Absolutely. Andrew slowed down a little bit in his offense and was leaving just enough gaps for Daeri's jiu-jitsu to really find those gaps and respond to them very well. I'd still give the third round to Andrew, but improvements from Daeri, seeing some of those gaps that he can capitalize on.
Cameron touched on the improvements that we saw from Alderman. What are you, if you're in Alderman's corner right now, Sheena, what are you telling him right now to encourage him to keep him going?
I would try to encourage him to stay in the center. Keep your back away from the cage because we know what Cruz is going to do. Cruz is going to try and take you down and run you to the cage if he can't take you down in the middle. So I would just tell him to stay in the middle, strike with him, stay low, and be ready to defend those shots.
We are underway in round number 4 of the featherweight title fight between Andrew Cruz, the champion, and Daeri Alderman, the challenger. Cruz getting a glance off of Cruz's, Alderman getting a glance off of Cruz's chin right there. You can see a cut and a welt developing under Andrew Cruz's left eye.
Ooh, good head movement
Could
there.
come into play as time goes on. Cruz with the calf kick again.
Good little flurry from Alderman. That's exactly what he needs to keep doing. Those little flurries and then out.
The blocker up from the kick from Alderman.
I would also maybe show some knees out there from Alderman. Make Cruz have to think about those knees on his way in.
Cruz has been relentless with a lot of things. He's been working the calf kick to the left leg of Alderman, which could come into play, much as well as we see.
He is so good with his cage work.
Cruz is leaking a little bit of oil tonight. Can that be a factor? Alderman gets the leg in there. Cruz gets the takedown. And we're back to what has been the majority of this matchup tonight.
He's passed into side control now, which is a much better position for him to be in. Once again, he needs to take away that space, get his knee to the hip on the south side there, and that knee up high towards his head. He is keeping his chest-to-chest pressure really good, and he's going to look to take advantage of those loose limbs. Excellent transition to the other side of the side control there. What I'd be looking for Andrew to do when he gets in those positions is really establish those pinning combinations.
Alderman showing a lot of strength, getting up to the legs, trying to do whatever he can to get away from Cruz and get away from the side of the cage. A little over 2 minutes gone by in our 4th of potentially 5 rounds tonight. Of what has been a great back and forth matchup tonight.
Oh, it's been awesome to watch. We've had so many mixes tonight of different styles.
Alderman coming back with a calf kick of his own. He can see the bullseye developing under Cruz's left eye with the blood coming out. Andrew answering with a couple punch of his own.
Ooh, good.
Good right shot from Alderman. He is dead set, focused on that left eye of Andrew Cruz. Gets 2 or 3 good punches in there.
This is good for Alderman. He needs to stay in the middle.
Good left uppercut from Cruz. Going in with an overhand right.
If Cruz wants that shot again, he needs to find it with a couple punches in front of him first.
Cruz ducking the right from Alderman, getting him right back up to the cage where he wants him. 2 minutes left in our 4th round tonight. Gets him back down to the ground again, right where he wants him. I think a storyline we're seeing develop, we'll talk a little bit more in the break if we get there, is obviously we know this is where Andrew wants to fight. Alderman wants it up on the feet. He wants to trade blows with him.
Oh, he has that arm triangle.
Good transition. He's using the arm triangle really effectively to do exactly this. Get his other leg through and try to establish mount. He's just putting pressure into that chin and that neck to get that leg through. It's beautiful.
Oh, he lost it.
Alderman trying to roll through. Cruz trying to keep up that pressure, trying to lock him potentially a rear naked choke, anything he can get at this point.
Cruz is a bit high. He needs to sink his hips lower over Alderman's hips.
Alderman rolls through, gets out, but Cruz is right there, right back on top of him.
Just smothering him.
Alderman's been doing a really good job just finding those gaps and utilizing them to just stay out of danger. And he's on the wrong side of a lot of this pressure, but any gap he gets, he uses very effectively.
40 seconds left in this 4th round between Andrew Cruz and Daeri Alderman for the Front Street Fights featherweight title.
With 30 seconds left, I feel like he could just posture up and just start raining shots down.
Absolutely. He really wants this Kimura.
Alderman again, as much as Cruz is not giving him an inch, Alderman's not giving him much of one either. Both men back to their feet as we get up to 14 seconds left. Back down on the ground. Another takedown from Andrew Hurricane Cruz.
Again, just putting an emphasis on the end of this round.
Well, we are going to go all the way to 5 rounds in our title fight tonight, but as we were alluding to just a couple of minutes ago, a storyline that I see developing in this fight right now, and again, Cameron, correct me if I'm wrong, but again, we know where Andrew wants to fight. He wants it down on the ground, wants to keep that pressure. As we go into the Project Filter replay, brought to you by Project Filter, you decide when. We'll show you how. Visit projectfilter.org. Obviously, we've talked about how Daeri Alderman needs to keep it up, needs to keep it mobile. The left eye starting to swell a little bit, the cut there. And in the last 30, 45 seconds while they're up, and you can see it right now, Alderman dead set focused on that eye. Kind of seems like that could be some danger going into this 5th round for the champion.
His best opportunity to get it is in his circular footwork. We noticed this a couple rounds ago when he started to move in circular motion. It threw Cruz off, and he had trouble closing the distance. If he can continue to pivot and move with those angles and circles, he can find his shots in his range and continue to go after Cruz with those punches.
We've gone through 20 minutes in 4 rounds. Will we make it all the way to 25 minutes through 5 rounds? We are about to find out. The 5th and final round of our featherweight title fight is underway. Alderman looking for whatever shots he can land on Cruz. That calf kick from Cruz again.
Oh.
Alderman sneaks in an elbow to that left eye of Cruz. Throws a spinning back fist, just misses.
Alderman needs to be careful with those spins, especially with Cruz being able to come in on him and just grab him.
Comes in with, oh, good left there from Cruz, followed up from the calf kick. Goes back to that right calf kick as well.
Oh,
uppercut, left to right combination. Alderman gets a couple in there. Oh, that right calf kick again, wobbled the legs of Alderman right there.
Cruz has been throwing his jab from about his chest or his waist. He's leaving that hand really low, and he's leaving that target open for Alderman to just continue to pick away at it.
And I've noticed he's only throwing his jab.
Yeah, he's not mixing a lot up. He's staying really focused on throwing that left hand.
It took a minute 15, but Andrew Cruz has Alderman right where he wants him yet again. Trying to find the position, the lock, the hold, the control, whatever he can get. Looking for another takedown. 90 seconds gone by in our 5th and final round tonight.
Oh,
beautiful body lock.
How are your legs?
Alderman doing a good job tucking that chin.
Good, he's got a hook in on the back. He needs to get that other one, but he needs to keep his hips a little bit lower.
Cruz very close to getting that other heel hook in.
Oh,
he's got a choke locked in. Does he have enough of it?
I think Alderman fought it, yep.
Alderman again did a great job, as we've seen several times tonight. The second that Cruz is going to lock in some sort of hold, tucking that chin, doing whatever he can, putting up a great defense against Andrew Cruz. Halfway through our 5th and final round tonight.
It's all a hand fight at this point. We're looking to peel those hands off, turn away, and get that space again.
We saw a couple of fights ago that down on the ground, not much was going on, so the referee in that fight stood both fighters back up. But the difference you're seeing in this fight, while a lot of it has been spent on the ground, both fighters doing an excellent job of doing what they can from whatever position, whether they're in the good position or bad position.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been an absolutely technical display of offensive and defensive jiu-jitsu, just match for match, move for move. People call it a chess match. It's really not. It's more like a 145-pound Rubik's Cube fighting back.
I've never solved the Rubik's Cube in my life.
You know, and it's almost like they're canceling each other out on the ground.
Yep.
Like, Cruz can't find that
90
submission.
seconds left. Both men back to their feet. Now it's Alderman backing Cruz up.
Looking to steal around with a takedown or two. He's going to struggle
His
with the
head
takedown
is-
from here. Again, his head is lower than
Yeah.
his hips. He's not going to be able to finish it.
Good snap down from Cruz.
Absolutely.
Maybe one more time.
Cruz is in great position for that front headlock. He can get a snap down again. He
Yep.
backs up and takes him down. Good heavy hips.
Again, he could snap down here. Oh.
60 seconds left in our 5th and final round for the Front Street Fights featherweight title. The champion, Andrew Hurricane Cruz, looking to retain his title. Daeri Alderman looking to take that title from him. Alderman looking for a couple of foot stomps. Cruz, the wiser, getting those feet out of the way. .30 seconds left.
Beautiful.
Another Cruz takedown.
Excellent double leg.
After so many of those, it gets so hard to defend.
Cruz trying to throw everything he can at Alderman. Alderman doing whatever he can. We've got 10 seconds left. Cruz throwing in the strikes. Alderman, we are back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Alderman with a final fury of kicks and fists. A beautiful display of sportsmanship by the champion and the challenger as our title fight is going to the judges tonight. Andrew Hurricane Cruz seems confident in victory tonight. And again, obviously, we're going to a judge's scorecard here. Very interesting to see as we go to the Project Filter replay, brought to you by Project Filter. You decide when. We'll show you how. Visit projectfilter.org. Obviously, always very interesting to see how the judges view this one.
Yeah, I mean, that was all Cruz control, like you said earlier. So, but Alderman definitely picked it up. You know, he knew exactly what Cruz was gonna do and wanted to do, and he did start finding a little bit of success in trying to stop that. But Cruz just relentless with his intent.
And again, he did not give Alderman an inch the entire time. The relentless pressure. But again, hats off to Daeri Alderman right there the entire way. He was never completely out of this fight from maybe a physicality standpoint. We're going to find out how much it was affected on the scorecard. But there was never a moment in this fight I felt that Daeri was out of this fight at any point.
No, not at all. To be honest, he was pretty safe in most of his positions. I think it was just a matter of how to get out of it and how to get into a better position for himself.
In the 4th round, we definitely really saw it. Alderman laser focused on the left eye of Andrew Cruz where it was swelling, where it was bleeding a little bit. You almost kind of wonder if he had maybe a little more time, if he realized that maybe a little bit earlier, how much would that have changed the course of this fight? Obviously, we'll never know. But in the 4th round, we did see a lot, though. He was getting in there and connecting, again, straight to that left eye. He wasn't trying to get any sort of punch in where he could get it. Dead set focus there, and a couple of times it seemed to rock Andrew just a little bit.
Yeah, it just seemed to fluster him a little bit, and I think that's exactly, I mean, I said it during that round, it's exactly what Alderman needed for the success. Unfortunately for Alderman, Cruz is just, he will find those anywhere, and like we said earlier, he doesn't get tired, and he will keep going, and he will get what he wants.
We will have the official judge's decision coming up here in just a few minutes. We will also talk to matchmaker Vida Ortega, get her thoughts on the entire night. I'm sure Vida has a lot to say, as she always does. Sometimes dominates the conversation.
Huh?
Never lets me get it. No, I'm just kidding. All right, we were going to find out, do we have Ann New or Ann Still as we go inside the cage with cage announcer Mike Thomas.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we move to the judges' scorecard. This fight has been scored 50-45, 49-46, and 50-45 with a unanimous decision. And still, Front Street Fight Champion, Andrew Cruz.
Hurricane Andrew, how does it feel to be back in the Front Street Fights cage, and how does it feel to have this thing around your waist again?
Feels amazing. Love fighting for Front Street. Favorite promotion. This will be my 2nd title defense, so trying to make Front Street Fights history. How many times can I defend the featherweight belt? So awesome, awesome.
Not the first belt I've seen you walk away with in the past year. Phenomenal job tonight. What were you looking to finish the fight with in the grappling exchanges? It looked like a Kimura on top and twister on the back.
Yeah, I'm known for my, now the secret's out, thank you. But I love hitting the twister, and I was like, I think I can get this one. I think I can get him tired enough, but I couldn't land the twister that time. Was trying to get the Kimura. He has really, really good ground skills. I know he has a couple buggy choke finishes. Nobody in my gym does buggy chokes. So I was like, how do I practice this? So I YouTubed it, and I just kind of knew what to stay away from. But I respected this guy's ground game so much that instead of going for my usual quick finishes, I had to take my time with him because I knew that he knows what he's doing as well on the ground. So very, very competitive grappling match for this one.
Exceptional jiu-jitsu match between you guys. That was phenomenal. What or who is next for you in your combat sports journey here?
I keep telling my wife this is the last time I'm cutting to 45, and then I make it one more time, and I'm like, maybe I'll do it one more time. So I think I might stay around the featherweight division. I could fight 55 too if something interesting comes up. But before I forget, like my whole camp helped me so much this camp. Everyone at SBG, my coaches, Jesse, Freddie, Jake, all my teammates of the MMA crew. Like I can't do this on my own. It takes the entire team of SBG to help me become what I am today. So I really got to give a shout out to my team, for my family, sticking with me. I go straight to work, I go straight to the gym, and I come home, eat dinner, and go to bed. They don't see me during fight camp. So to get the win for them, to show them, hey, it was worth it, you know? I got enough training, I wouldn't make it home, but I'm bringing home the belt. So we'll definitely take some time off to spend with the family. And yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I still wanna stay at featherweight. I'm gonna keep making it. I stepped on the scale today, I'm already back up to 170 pounds. So we got work to do again, but yeah, I'd like to have a quick return. I think I got a little bit of a black eye, but besides that, I'm healthy as a horse. I could fight tomorrow night.
Well, selfishly speaking, we all want to see you back at featherweight too, defending this thing. Give it up for the champ, Andrew Cruz.
What an incredible night of fights we saw tonight in Front Street Fights 33 right here live inside Idaho Central Arena.